Imagine a world where banks and financial intermediaries dominate the financial landscape. This is not a far-off fiction, but a reality we've lived with for centuries. Traditional financial institutions, with their towering skyscrapers and suited executives, have long held the reins of global finance. They are the gatekeepers, deciding who gets access to financial services and at what cost. From savings and loans to investments and insurance, these institutions have always been the mainstay of our financial system, but they've also been marred by a lack of transparency, high fees, and limited access for those in less developed parts of the world. The average person, particularly in poorer regions, often finds themselves on the outside looking in. The system is riddled with obstacles and complexities that can make financial freedom feel like a distant dream. This was the financial world we knew, but a revolution was brewing. In 2009, the world was introduced to Bitcoin, the first decentralized cryptocurrency. A bold statement, isn't it? But it's true. This was when the first seeds of a financial revolution were sown, a revolution we now know as decentralized finance, or DeFi. Bitcoin was conceived as a response to the financial crisis of 2008, an event that shook the world's trust in traditional banking systems. A pseudonymous entity, known as Satoshi Nakamoto, introduced a novel solution: a digital currency, free from the control of any central authority. Bitcoin was a currency of the people, for the people, and by the people. But how did this decentralized currency function? The magic ingredient was blockchain technology. Blockchain, as the name suggests, is a chain of blocks, each block containing a list of transactions. This digital ledger is maintained not by any single entity, but by a network of computers or nodes, each having a copy of the entire blockchain. Blockchain's brilliance lies in its transparency and security. Every transaction is visible to every node, making fraud almost impossible. And since the ledger is decentralized, there's no central point of failure. If one node goes down, the network remains unaffected. But Bitcoin and blockchain were just the tip of the iceberg. The concept of decentralization had wider implications. It led to the birth of decentralized finance, a financial ecosystem where financial products are available on a public decentralized blockchain network. DeFi is a radical departure from traditional finance. It's open, transparent, and accessible to anyone with an internet connection, irrespective of their geographic location. Fast forward to 2024, and DeFi is not just a concept anymore. It's a rapidly evolving financial landscape, offering services like lending, borrowing, insurance, and even decentralized exchanges. It's a world where financial intermediaries are replaced by smart contracts where control is given back to the individuals. This was just the beginning of a financial revolution. So buckle up and stay tuned as we delve deeper into the fascinating world of DeFi. Fast forward to 2014, Ethereum was introduced, opening a world of possibilities with smart contracts. Now let's take a moment to reflect on that. What seemed like a simple addition to the blockchain world was actually a seismic shift in the financial landscape. You see, Ethereum introduced something called smart contracts. These are self-executing contracts where the terms of the agreement are written directly into the code. They're transparent, conflict-free, and they cut out the need for a middleman. It was this innovation that became the bedrock for the decentralized finance or DeFi revolution. Take a step back and think about how traditional finance operates. There are banks, insurance companies, lenders, and all sorts of intermediaries. These institutions act as the gatekeepers of the financial world, controlling who gets access to services and who doesn't. But with the birth of Ethereum and smart contracts, the potential to bypass these gatekeepers started to emerge. Now, let's set the stage for the rise of DeFi projects. Imagine a world where you have full control of your financial destiny, a world where you don't need a bank to secure a loan or an insurance company to protect your assets. This is the world DeFi was born to create. The first wave of DeFi projects started small. They were mostly experimental, testing the waters to see what was possible. But as the technology matured, so did the ambition of these projects. They started to offer services that directly challenged traditional financial institutions. Take loans, for example. In the traditional world, getting a loan can be a complex process with lots of paperwork and credit checks. But DeFi platforms like MakerDAO and Compound turned this process on its head. They allow users to secure loans directly from their peers, using their cryptocurrency as collateral. No credit checks, no paperwork, just a simple smart contract that automatically executes the terms of the loan. Or consider exchanges. Traditional exchanges require intermediaries to facilitate trades, but DeFi platforms like Uniswap and SushiSwap allow users to trade directly with each other, cutting out the middleman entirely. And this is just the beginning. The DeFi ecosystem is growing at an unprecedented rate. There are now platforms for insurance, savings, derivatives, and even prediction markets. Each of these platforms is built on the power of smart contracts, and they're all working to democratize finance in ways we've never seen before. So as we stand here in 2024, it's clear that the DeFi revolution is not just a passing fad. It's a fundamental shift in the way we think about finance. It's a movement that's challenging the status quo, pushing for a more inclusive, transparent, and efficient financial system. The DeFi revolution was gathering momentum. And as we move forward, it's important to remember that this is just the beginning. The future of finance is being rewritten, and we're all a part of it. As we moved into the 2020s, DeFi began to truly take off. The decade started with a bang, as DeFi projects began to multiply and thrive. In the early years, we saw projects like Compound and Uniswap gain traction, offering services like lending and swapping that were previously monopolized by traditional financial institutions. By 2021, the total value locked in DeFi, a key metric used to measure the sector's growth, had skyrocketed to over $40 billion. Yes, you heard that right. $40 billion locked away in smart contracts on the blockchain, earning interest, or being used as collateral for loans. But the DeFi landscape wasn't just about lending and swapping. We saw the rise of yield farming, where crypto holders could earn returns on their assets by lending them out to others. The concept was simple, but the impact was profound. For the first time, everyday people could become their own banks, lending and borrowing without the need for a middleman. Then in 2022 came the next major milestone: mainstream adoption. DeFi concepts started to permeate traditional finance, with established institutions like Visa and PayPal integrating blockchain technology into their operations. This wasn't just a nod of approval from the old guard, it was a clear sign that DeFi was here to stay. Around the same time, we saw the emergence of DeFi 2.0 projects, which aim to address some of the challenges faced by the first generation of DeFi platforms. These projects focused on improving scalability, security, and user experience, making DeFi more accessible to the average person. By 2023, the total value locked in DeFi had surged to over $100 billion. That's more than a 100-fold increase from just 3 years prior. This explosive growth was driven by a combination of factors, including increased institutional interest, regulatory clarity, and technological advancements. And who could forget the rise of decentralized exchanges, or DEX, in 2024? These platforms, which allow users to trade cryptocurrencies directly with each other, have become a cornerstone of the DeFi ecosystem. With DEX, traders can enjoy greater transparency, lower fees, and more control over their assets. The milestones of DeFi are not just markers on a timeline, they represent a seismic shift in the way we think about and interact with money. From lending and swapping to yield farming and decentralized exchanges, DeFi has proven time and again its capacity for innovation and disruption. As we stand here in 2024, looking back at the journey so far, one thing is clear: the DeFi revolution was now unstoppable. Today, in 2024, DeFi has reshaped the financial landscape. No longer are we bound by the confines of traditional banking systems, where transactions are slow, costly, and lack transparency. Instead, we've unlocked a new era of financial freedom, where peer-to-peer transactions are instantaneous, affordable, and transparent. Decentralized finance, or DeFi, has emerged as a robust, dynamic ecosystem, teeming with opportunities. It's a space where innovative platforms are born every day, offering services that range from lending and borrowing to insurance, prediction markets, and beyond. And the best part? These services are available to anyone, anywhere, at any time. There's no need for a bank account, credit score, or even physical presence. All you need is an internet connection and a digital wallet. But DeFi isn't just about convenience. It's about empowerment. It's about giving individuals the tools to manage their own finances, to make their own decisions, to shape their own financial futures. It's about democratizing finance, making it accessible to all, not just the privileged few. And this is just the beginning. With the exponential growth we've witnessed in the past few years, the potential for DeFi is immense. As more and more people embrace this revolution, as more and more services are developed, As more and more capital is invested, we can expect DeFi to become an integral part of our financial lives. We can expect it to redefine our understanding of finance, to change the way we transact, invest, save, and plan for the future. So, are you ready to be part of this revolution? Are you ready to take control of your financial destiny? Are you ready to break free from the constraints of traditional finance and explore the limitless possibilities of DeFi? Join the DeFi revolution. Subscribe to Baby Crypto and transform your financial future. This is your front row seat to history in the making.